Guys, don't let slow speeds or block sites ruin your online experience. Proton VPN gives you super fast, private and unrestricted access so you can browse or stream with no limits, just like Arne Slot's Tricky Reds. So click the link below and get your exclusive Proton VPN offer now.
Welcome back to the Kop TV. Smash that like button, get your comments in. How do you think that match went? This is the instant match reaction of myself. First and foremost, congratulations to Newcastle. They totally deserve to win that trophy today. Too little too late from Liverpool. There was no rhythm, no rhyme, no tempo throughout the whole game. And I thought if we can just keep a clean sheet going into half time, you know, they're more of a first half team, we're more of a second half team. I wasn't really too bothered with it being 0-0 at half time, but the defending for their first goal, I mean, McAllister was marking Dan Burn, which, you know, 5'8" marking a 6'7" fella. And what a day and what a week for Dan Burn. So 1-0 at half time, and you're still thinking, you know, we can turn this around. The second half comes around, within 3 minutes they score an offside goal, massive wake up call that, and then 5 minutes after that they score again. And up until maybe the 90th minute, Liverpool did nothing in terms of threatening Newcastle's goal. I actually think some of the subs came on and did really well. For instance, Chiesa scored. Curtis Jones obviously had a decent chance that was well saved. And it just wasn't our day today, which is absolutely gutting because, you know, all the finals that we've played here in recent times, with all due respect, with Newcastle's record at Wembley, Newcastle's trophy drought, everyone was saying that Liverpool were going to win this game. But before it started today, I said this is actually a 50-50 game, man. I said 3-2 on the match preview. I knew there'd be goals. It was so open at times, and Liverpool defensively weren't good enough. The midfield was so leggy. We have to talk about how Liverpool basically come away from 120 minutes against PSG in a penalty shootout. You know, when those two teams started 20 minutes in, you could tell which team had just played the 120 minutes plus penalties, and that was of course Liverpool. And another 100 minutes in the bank today. Now there's a rest and we go again for the derby. But I'm absolutely heartbroken at that one. But you know, it's Newcastle's trophy. They take it, and it's not really much more else I can say. I think not that he had a really bad game, but I think you start Alisson. If he starts every game or most games in the competition, I think you start him. We missed Trent massively today. Big Gerald Quantz, I thought it was actually one of our best players, so I can't criticise him at all really. And there was a couple of question marks on our goal. The actual guy inside the stadium said it was offside, and then he pointed to the spot, so massive confusion there. I was actually sitting next to two Newcastle fans and they were in tears at the end of it, and I just went up to them and said, look, totally deserve to win, man. And they'll have a great night, I'm sure. Thank God there's an international break right now. We need it. I mean, a lot of our players will actually be going to play for their countries, but in terms of putting on that red shirt, you know, in 4 days, 5 days, we've lost 2 games in a row, and we've gone out of 2 competitions, one in the final, one in the round of 16. So the only trophy left to win now for Liverpool is the Premier League, and we're still, 12 points clear now. Arsenal won today, so that was a bit of a kick in the teeth as well. But listen, we've been on the other end of those victories where we probably haven't deserved to win against Chelsea, and a lot of offside goals and, you know, VAR decisions, win 2 finals on penalties, and maybe the luck of Anfield South just ran out today. But like I said, going back to the rhythm, the tempo, there wasn't really any time in the first half where we're knocking 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 passes together, which ends up with a cross, which ends up with a shot. We didn't really test Nick Pope at all in the first half. The amount of corners they had was unbelievable. And every time it was Trippier floating it, not like whipping it, but hanging it up to the back stick. And the plan was so obvious, get Dan Burn to head it back across. And I have to say, that's one of the best headers I've seen. Poor marking, obviously, but you could see it coming, the way he was angling it and heads it back across Kelleher. It was a great header. And Isaac scores the second goal. And Newcastle totally deserved to win. There were a couple of bits which annoyed me. The Newcastle players staying down and, you know, not going off when they looked like they were injured. A couple of uses of the dark arts there. But listen, this is a team, and I emphasised this. I emphasised it time and time again in the preview with Matty that we can't underestimate these. And did we do that today? I'm not too sure. It's more of a, a lack of legs in the midfield, which killed us off in the end. But listen, these Geordies will be going back up north tonight or even tomorrow now with the biggest smile on their faces, and there's not much more. I actually haven't ever seen us lose a final at Wembley. I've been to 4 and we've won 3, so this is a new one for me to even be walking out of this stadium with our logo not on the side and the winners next to it. So once again, Newcastle deserved to win. Shout out to Chiesa for getting the goal. I thought he was really positive when he came on. And it was so open at the end that Van Dijk was up front, Chiesa was on, Gakpo was on, Salah was non-existent today, I have to mention it. Salah was non-existent today. And listen, the league is well still within our hands. We should go on and win that. 5 games that we need to win to secure that. And at the start of the season, if someone said, would you take the Premier League? Obviously you would have. So silver linings, you've got to look at these nights. But all these Geordies, like I said, man, they're going to have the night of their lives now, and that was us a couple of years ago and last year. So yeah, Liverpool no good today. Congratulations Newcastle once again. Big up to Matty Renton, who's in tears, I assume. First ever trophy he's ever seen his team win, and they've beaten us 2-1. I don't know what was going on at the end with the added time. There was carnage when they were taking it into the corners, a lot of kicks. There was also a player, I think it was Harvey Elliott, was he down at the end? Did you see that? So I don't know, we'll have to look into that, but I'm going to get Doyle in and do his fan cam now. But I'm gutted about that, but what can you do? It wasn't our night. Thank you.
Guys, don't let slow speeds or block sites ruin your online experience. Proton VPN gives you super fast, private and unrestricted access so you can browse or stream with no limits, just like Arne Slot's Tricky Reds. So click the link below and get your exclusive Proton VPN offer now.